Thank you, everybody. Yes, good chance to put the electrical spin on things a bit. We've heard a lot from the mechanical side. Obviously, electrically, we don't get to do as much of the prefab, although I wish we could do a lot more of it. And I've got significantly less numbers now. I think they've all disappeared to the pub soon. No. Obviously, as a company, we're relatively new to the BIM experience. The project we're currently working on is really exposing us to a lot of it, and I don't think we've even scratched the surface of what we can and want to do with BIM. We're definitely in the pool. I think we've taken our floaties off, we're swimming, but we've got a lot of practice to do. So let's learn how to drive this. Okay. A lot of what I'm talking about, you guys have already heard today. The previous slide by Craig probably covers a lot of what I've sort of got to talk about. But I guess it's just reiterating that we're a new kid on the block in that sense of understanding BIM, but we're doing it. So the things we've seen so far is obviously the accuracy in the design and the shop drawing process, the coordination. Obviously the reduction in site clashes, and again, it's only early days for us, but already on the project we're seeing that. The ability to easily link to the field and having the latest revision drawings and working accurately from there, obviously. And just the efficiencies in the site set out in the install. Obviously, fabrication, we are doing some of it, but we'd like to do more. And just gathering that as installed information is what we're going to see happening, obviously, later on. And the key for us so far is the safer installation techniques. We're seeing that now. I've put that photo there. It has no relevance to BIM at all. But the reason why it's there is it was a $20 million electrical project we did finished about 2 years ago. And every time I look at that project or think of that project, I think of how much easier or better it would have been for us if we'd undertaken that in sort of a BIM capacity. There's just so many elements of that project that would have been a lot easier through that process. Oops. Obviously, modelling these projects, and again, we've heard all this before, so I will sort of go through it relatively quickly, is that collaborative and disciplined approach led by the client, and I think that's the key there, is the client needs to drive a lot of this and start that journey right from the beginning, and supported by all the parties along that journey. A strong BIM implementation plan and project BIM management from the client down through those respective subcontractors and etc. And that disciplined uploading, however it's set up on that project, once or twice a week. And obviously in the embracement of these new technologies. Obviously this for us, we're seeing a reduction in site meetings, obviously the reduction in the clashes and collisions, and obviously reduction in rework and wastage, and the scheduling and planning accuracy. As you've seen out there in the foyer with the Trimble type product that we've procured for that project, it's the first that we've, in the SEA region, that we've procured. We're already seeing, again, the benefits. The set-out time is just so much quicker for us now. Obviously, the guys had a bit of a journey getting their head around it initially, but they've really got to know and own that device, which is making life so much easier. I guess the key for us is we're working on the slab, not under the slab. We spend so much time going underneath the slab with our cable tray routes, marking out, drilling into the slab. If I look at our safety stats, it's either hands or eyes. So the less drilling we're doing underneath the slab, the better off we are. I've lost my way again. Obviously, Craig talked about those before again, but the knock-ins there, either for the bond deck or for the on the formwork, the traditional formwork there. Again, getting that in early. Less working in heights, less drilling into concrete, and less working over our head. And obviously, that's created that efficiency that we're all starving for. So I guess just taking the learnings we've had to date, and just the feedback we're getting from our site, and I think the key there is that newfound enthusiasm from our guys. We've got some of our younger guys really wanting to step up to the plate now a bit more because they're just about born with an iPad in their hand now, and we're really seeing that happening now. There's a positive shift in that the overall attitude. Obviously, the greater accuracy, accuracy of our shop drawings. Moving forward, I guess from our end, electrical is probably not as well advanced on the supplier side as what we're probably seeing in the mechanical space, and that's primarily driven from, I guess, through that BIM map process. It's really got the mechanical guys on board, but electrical probably still has a bit of a road to travel there. Is getting these suppliers on board to help really get the full benefit out of BIM with getting these libraries underway. And I guess from our end, selfishly, what we're looking at is how we can get the O&M manual process and the whole BIM experience. Like I said, at the moment we're really only looking at it from our productivity side and safety side on site, but it's getting at that whole journey. We, as a company, again, want to look at more of what we can do off-site. A lot of our electrical risers, similar thing. And, we do a lot of programming on our jobs. We have our own embedded programmer schedulers within the business, but utilising more of that 4D component out of the BIM process. So my presentation is very short and sweet, but like I said, a lot of it was probably already covered by some of the previous presenters, so I won't hold it up too much longer. Thank you.